special guest is Leandro Vicuna with Finanzas. Welcome, Leandro.
Thank you.
And I know that you're here first time, and you have something wonderful that you do for the community. Tell us a little bit about Finanzas.
Yeah, Finanzas was started in the beginning of 2011 to address several needs and issues that's happening in San Joaquin County, and has been happening in San Joaquin County for the past 20-30 years. What I did is I spent a significant amount of time doing research as to what issues are obviously impacting the Hispanic and Latino community at large. One of the biggest issues is check cash businesses that charge exorbitant and excessive fees. Right. They also unfortunately trap a lot of individuals into these vicious cycles, especially with payday advance loans, which
right.
is the worst.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of this demographic gets sucked into these business models because there's a fear that if they visit a traditional bank or even a credit union, that the INS will be waiting,
right.
With handcuffs.
Exactly.
So I thought that systemic problem needs to stop, and the way to do that is twofold. One is through education, and then the other is through incentive-based financial literacy. And so what I mean by that, just to kind of elaborate a little bit more on that, is what I've done is I've put together a team of financial instructors and volunteers, and we utilize the FDIC Money Smart program. And I love the program because it provides an objective source of financial literacy, whereby we provide 7 courses, and all of our participants come from the California Human Development Agency located here in Stockton. And what's nice about that is we already have a captured audience of individuals who utilize the California Human Development for job training. But the problem that the California Human Development had at the time is that once they help them find a job, what do they do with the funds once they start earning income? So there was a gap there. So Finanzas was the perfect way to kind of fill that need.
The bridge.
Exactly. And it's wonderful because we provide classes every Friday. And our instructor, Joe Diaz, he's a nationally recognized instructor, and he has a heart of gold, and he's been doing this for over 20 years. So he really knows how to engage the participants. So it's really simple. Every Friday the participants attend the courses, okay? And of course we do initial questionnaires, we do quizzes in the middle, and then we do post questionnaires to really understand, are they really gaining a lot of valuable information or not? Are they retaining it or not? Right. Because if we don't do effective tracking, then how are we able to benchmark, okay, what did they know before our program, and what have they learned or not learned afterwards? Now, a lot of people ask, why would they do this? Well, the biggest motivator is our free monetary matching program. So that goes back to the incentive-based element of what Finanzas does. And so what it is, it's really simple. Once they're done with the 7 courses, they're eligible to enter into our free monetary matching program with the understanding that they have to make contributions to a savings account of their choice, whether they have an existing one or they need to open up a new one. And then if they do that for a period of 6 months, we're willing to match them up to $250 for free.
You know what, I want to pause here because for folks that don't know you and don't know your background, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because your background is financing. You do. You also have been involved with trusts, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about you and your background?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny because I always tend to focus on just talking about
and that's fine.
What we're doing to help the participants.
That's okay.
But just a little bit about me. So my background is, I went to law school and graduated, earned my degree in Michigan, and then came back to Stockton, where I grew up. And essentially right outside of law school, I actually went right into banking. and I thought it was a good way to utilize my background with trust and estate planning, as well as investment management. So I've been doing that for nearly 10 years now. I'm starting to date myself already.
That's okay.
But it's been very fulfilling to me. But even to go back further, before even my banking career started, I had been really a public servant ever since I was 5 years old because of my father,
Right.
you know, Leandro Vicuna, who founded Su Salud. I remember I had to pass out the flyers to the downtown churches, and I
Right.
almost really had no choice. I was born into a family that
Right.
was all about, you know, giving back.
Giving back, and that's wonderful. And so the marriage of the two, I mean, this is wonderful what you've created, and actually moving that legacy that your father really created in another capacity. That's great. So I want people to understand where that comes from, because I think it's important that those that don't know you. Now you also have a great event coming up in May. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the event coming up in May. It's on May 6th. It's at the Civic Auditorium. It's free and open to the public. And what's beautiful about this forthcoming event is that it's on the same time as the Cinco de Mayo parade in downtown Stockton.
Of course.
So, of course, we wanted to, you know, capture, there's going to be over 15,000 people in downtown that day. And wouldn't it be nice if, in addition to them enjoying the festivities and all of the cultural, you know, activities that are going on, that they could actually get valuable financial information for free that really leads to changing their habits.
Exactly.
Because we're in the business of curing bad financial habits, and we want it to be sustainable. And people need to really get tough love. They need to hold themselves accountable.
They do, and you're absolutely right. So I can see why you have the 7-week course, because you need to track it, and that's imperative. Otherwise, excellent. Well, you know, Leandro, this is great information. You're doing a great job. Much success with the event in May. The classes, it seems like people can just walk in. We will provide that information on the website, so we will have that here scrolling for those viewers that want to check it out. And any last words that you want to share? Anything else?
Yes, you know, Sus Finanzas believes in deeds, not words. I think a lot of nonprofit organizations that exist in Stockton that I respect, they do a really good job of handing out free services or products, but it tends to be in an isolated event. And what Sus Finanzas does is, we don't believe in handouts. We believe in our participants earning the education and the free matching dollars so that they can become self-sufficient.
It empowers them.
Right, and it's a lot of hard work because it's ongoing. It never ends.
Well, as you mentioned, you're changing habits. It's a lifelong habit that you have to adjust to, right?
Yes, and it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, so you have to follow up on the participants. Even if they graduated a year ago, you have to follow up with everybody. And, you know, with that said, the event on May 6th, you know, it's going to start at 10 a.m. And it'll go till 1 p.m. And it's just very exciting because we're going to collaborate with a lot of different other nonprofits, companies, vendors, banks, credit unions, and I think it's going to be a mutually beneficial day for everybody.
Well, we're very lucky to have that here in the community. So we invite you to share this. If you're not interested in participating, but you know someone who is, please share the information. Y gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure for having me.
All right.